Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Bright Earth, The Invention of Color. Despite being in the same category of yellow, what is the difference between gamboge yellow, cadmium yellow, chrome yellow, lemon yellow, and Naples yellow? Why do colors have a variety of strange names? What kind of yellow did Vincent van Gogh choose for his painting Sunflower to convey his intense emotions? Why has this blazing color faded into the relatively dim and dull color that we see today? These questions have haunted painters and art lovers on many occasions. In the book Bright Earth, The Invention of Color, these questions are answered by a chemist. Throughout the ages, the interpretation of art has always focused on style, form, and technique. Compared to this, how artists use colors and how they obtain these colors has rarely been questioned. The art historian John Gage once argued that in the study of art history, one of the aspects that has been neglected is the artist's tools. An essential tool for artists, color has always lacked appropriate attention. Now, Bright Earth brings us Western art history from the perspective of colors, telling us how the development of science and technology in different eras has expanded the scope of colors, thereby realizing or changing the different forms of creating art. It studies how the demand for art has been stimulated by the development of chemical technology, and how artists and schools were able to accept and use new pigments and new technologies. This kind of reciprocal two-way approach presents us with a unique perspective for understanding Western art history. The author of this book, Philip Ball, received a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Oxford University, and later obtained a PhD in physics from the University of Bristol. He is now a consultant editor for the science journal Nature. As a scientist and a writer of popular science, Ball won the British Aventis Prize for science books for his book Critical Mass: How One Thing Leads to Another. His work covers many fields, including science, art history, and society. He is considered both entertaining and fascinating to read. In this book, Ball not only professionally and meticulously examines Western art masters and their works, but also provides a new understanding of art history from the perspective of colors and technology. The book Bright Earth has been continuously reprinted in Europe and America and has received unanimous praise from readers, especially artists. In this bookie, we will look into our understanding of art from the perspective of both colors and technological innovation through the following three sections. Colors determine the boundaries of art, technologies promote the innovation of colors, and the interchange and development of science and art. Part 1, Colors determine the boundaries of art. In Ball's view, it is beyond doubt that colors limit the artist's expression. From the religiousness of artwork in medieval times with their limited sources of color to the new colors of Venetian paintings in the Renaissance, and finally to the bright synthetic colors dependence of the Impressionists during the late 19th century. These examples all demonstrate that color is crucial as it can determine artistic boundaries. During medieval times, the most illustrious new color was blue ultramarine, extracted from the blue mineral lapis lazuli. This kind of pigment is rich in hue but very difficult to obtain, so it was extremely expensive, and all artists cherished it. A less costly substitute was mineral azurite. Compared with ultramarine, azurite was a pale sky blue hue with a hint of green. Considering the cost, many art sponsors specified the use of azurite in their contracts. It was a luxury to use ultramarine in a painting. When it comes to luxury, one has to mention a certain shade of red, which was known as the Red King in medieval times. It was extracted from cinnabar, a natural mineral. Until no earlier than the 11th century, filling paintings with cinnabar was as expensive as using gold. However, in the early 15th century cinnabar was used extensively, and by the time of the Renaissance, it had already become widespread. Compared with ultramarine and cinnabar, the golden color in medieval works was more shiny. This was because people used real gold leaf on the drawing board to express pious reverence for God. While there were many innovations in the production of colors in medieval times, they lacked quantity. The color purple was mainly made by mixing blue azurite with red lake. Yellow came from orpiment, which was a mineral extract, and green came from verdigris, which would erode paper, making it inconvenient to use. Despite the limited